Hello everyone, Steve today for you back with another solo Sunday. Today we're looking at this little game called Table Fables, the Big Bad Wolf. And this, there it is designed by Jimmy Miro. I don't know him for any other games. Artwork by Beth Sobel, who I do know. It does amazing artwork as she did here. This game has 18 cards in it. It's a little wallet-sized game for one or two players. 10 minutes, and it's from the Brothers Murph, which is a YouTube channel that's all about games, and they did a crowdfunding to raise some money for their channel on Kickstarter, and produced two games. This is the one I got. It's a little card game. The cards just have a smooth plastic coated finish, but it is fine for what it is. I don't know if you would fit cards with sleeves in here, possibly. Well, you're going to play the cards into a 4x4 grid, just as I've done. This is all about like the Three Little Pigs and Red Riding Hood, all combined into one. And in order to win, you have to do two things. Three things. It's three objectives. Before the timer card runs out of time, you're going to start this card here. You're going to go all the way around, and once it gets back here, that's the end of the game. Unless you fail before that. The three win conditions are, let's see if I can find them here. And there's also a variant to increase the game difficulty that you can do. A couple of variants, a hard one and a mild one, which we won't get into. To win, you have conditions that are listed on some cards. First of all, the bakery card, which is here, has to be flipped face down. It says right here, to win, that must be placed face down. Red Riding Hood, the woodcutter, and the grandma have to be adjacent to grandma's house. So there's the grandma, there's Red Riding Hood, there's the woodcutter, and here's grandma's house. And we have to get them all adjacent to that. All the cards have different like actions you can take with them, swapping them out. There is one card left over as well for some reason. And also, the three pigs, Twiggy, Haywood, and Brickford, have to be adjacent to the House of Bricks. So there's Twiggy, there's Haywood, there's the House of Bricks, and there's Brickford. And so what you're going to do is each turn, you will move the clock, your timer, and do an action. You'll swap some cards, flip some cards, whatever you can do. And you keep doing that until the timer goes all the way around, and hopefully you complete the objectives. If you fail to do that, you lose. That's it. And we probably will. We'll see what happens. Oh, I'm going to exclude one card here, the Seep with Wily Wolf on the back. So let me just double check. Where is that card? The Seep card. Is that the one? Nope. So this card is actually going to be excluded. You'll use this for a variant as the Wily Wolf on the back. We'll get rid of that. That's why I had one extra card. So let's see what we're going to do. I need to get some characters close to Grandma's house, or Grandma's house close to those characters. So I'm going to move this here. It says here, when swapping with a wolf card, ignore restrictions on that card. The restrictions being that this will flip any cards that have a wolf symbol when flipped on with them. So if I swap Hayward with the big red wolf, it's going to flip because it has that symbol on it. Same with the House of Bricks, or Twiggy, or Grandma's house. So I'm going to swap it says swap the Seep and the wolf. I believe I can do that. Since it has this symbol, we're going to flip it face down. I'm trying to get the wolf out of here. Is basically what I'm trying to do. We'll move on to the next turn. Now, this one says here, Red Riding Hood cannot swap when it's adjacent to two of these cards that have these eyes, which it is. And it can't swap diagonally. Most of them have to be swapped orthogonally. So I cannot swap that one at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I can actually swap this with Seep anywhere on the board and will flip any other wolf cards when swapped with them. So what am I going to do with him? The only other Seep is face down right now, so I can't swap with him though. So I will, I believe. It's not a Seep though, so I'm not going to do that. What I will do is swap these two. Now this one, with this long says it could swap with Twiggy anywhere on the board. But this one only says it can swap with wolf cards. But we'll swap them. That's fine. Get him out of there. I don't know how well this is going to go. Now I can actually swap this one. I could swap diagonally. So I'm going to swap Red Riding Hood. Get her closer to Grandma's house. And then I'll swap her with Haywood. I still need to get the woodcutter up there. It says here we'll flip these cemetery cards and Big Bad Wolf and swap with them. So that's cool. I will swap with the bakery. It says if it's swapped with Red Riding Hood, you will flip it. And to win, this has to be flipped. So that's interesting. How are we going to do that? We're screwed. Basically, we're screwed. I said it moved this down, I believe. We'll swap this. Big Bad Wolf, it's going to flip it face down. Get him out of the way. And we'll do that. I need to get this bakery flipped somehow. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. We do need to get the pigs all around the brick house as well. If I recall correctly. Adjacent to the house of bricks. So, now this one cannot swap unless Tweety or Brickford are adjacent. That's interesting. But he's next to the house of bricks, so we don't have to worry about that. I will swap. This one can only swap with wolf symbol cards. So we can swap him with this one, technically. This flips these cards when swapped with them. It has a hammer symbol. What are we going to do? Well, I mean, I could swap this with Haywood, but it seems pointless. Although, maybe not so pointless, because now I can swap these two. And then I could swap this one with this one. Okay, again, somewhere, perhaps. This one can only be swapped with the Big Bad Wolf. Okay, maybe I screwed up there. I don't know. See, it's interesting because you have all sorts of rules you have to kind of follow. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it is what it is. What can we do next? We actually don't have everyone adjacent to Grandma's house, so I'll swap these two. And then I cannot swap this there. Cannot swap one adjacent to the eyeball cards. This can only be swapped with the big bad wolf. We're boned. Unfortunately, I don't know what else to do. Um, we can swap this with Haywood, but I don't see what that's going to do. And yeah, I think we failed, unfortunately. We needed to get we needed to get these three characters adjacent to Grandma's house, so maybe something like this would have been, well, I would have had to have done this, so they're all adjacent. We would have had to have gotten the free pigs adjacent to the House of Bricks, so something like this. And we would have needed to get this bakery flipped face down. We failed on all three accounts. But that is the game Table Tables. And of course, every time you play, it's going to be different because the cards are going to be set up differently because it's randomly drawn out or dealt out. And so, yeah, I kind of like that. And this just tells you what you're going to do. You're going to move this timer one space, and then choose a card in the grid, swap its position with an orthogonally adjacent card, powers permitting. And yeah, that's kind of the game. Pretty cool. I like the artwork. It's a very nice artwork. It's a simple little game. Well, it's not that simple. It's a little bit difficult to win. There are some variants you can do to make it even more difficult. To make it more challenging, you can swap out this Field of Flowers with this Seep card that has the Wily Wolf on the back. And then to make it even more difficult, you will flip the House of Bricks to its reverse side, and to win, the text supersedes all other to win text. So then you're going to have to, where is that House of Bricks? It says here to win, no other face-up card. No other face-up wolf cards to win. And no other face-up to win cards as well. So that makes it more challenging. So it's kind of interesting. You got some extra little variants in there. I think it's pretty cool. Comment, like, subscribe, and what you think. We'll see you next time for more. Thanks for watching.